Hi, Nana. Today we will learn about the amphoteric nature of zinc, aluminum metals. Okay, zinc and aluminum metals. Their oxides of zinc and aluminum, and their hydroxides of zinc and aluminum. See, actually, the metals zinc, aluminum, uh, their oxides and their hydroxides, they show amphoteric nature. What is the meaning of amphoteric nature? Amphoteric nature. Amphoteric nature means so they can react. So here the nature by which react with both acids. Okay, acids as well as bases. They can react both with acids as well as bases. So that nature is said to be amphoteric nature. So now we will learn the amphoteric nature of zinc, aluminum, their oxides and their hydroxides one by one. So first of all, we will learn about the metals, zinc and aluminum metals. So for this we have to do some experiment, a small experiment. Okay, first we will do with zinc metal. So first this zinc metal is made to react with acid. So take dilute sulfuric acid. So zinc metal, so in order to show more reactivity, the zinc metal is taken in powder form. So it is taken in powder form. First of all, take a test tube. Take a test tube, and into this test tube add zinc powder. Add powdered zinc. So now this is zinc powder. So now into this zinc powder add sulfuric acid. This is sulfuric acid, dilute sulfuric acid. So when how much take 1 gram of zinc powder, zinc powder. Okay, add 5 ml of sulfuric acid, H2SO4, dilute sulfuric acid, rub. So now what happens? So when zinc powder is mixed with the dilute sulfuric acid, the reaction takes place between these two. The reaction takes place between zinc and sulfuric acid, and the reaction is very rapid, very fast. Okay, both of them will react very fastly, and slowly what happens? The liberation of a gas takes place from this tube. Actually, what happens during this process? So zinc will react with sulfuric acid, dilute sulfuric acid to form zinc sulfate, and hydrogen gas is liberated. So how to test this gas? Simply bring a burning splint. Simply bring a burning splint to the mouth of this test tube. What happens? So as this is hydrogen gas, simply the nature of hydrogen gas is it puts off the flame, or else it explodes the burning material. Explodes, or else it puts off the flame. What happens? The flame is put off. This gas will put off the flame by producing pale blue colored fumes. So from this it is understood the evolved gas is hydrogen. That means that zinc, the metal zinc, it has reacted with acid. Okay, now this is one step. That means zinc is reacted with acid. and liberates hydrogen gas. Now take the same zinc powder. Take the same zinc powder into another test tube. Now add a concentrated base. Okay, now what is this one? Zinc powder, 1 gram of zinc powder, 1 gram of zinc powder. And what is this one? This solution is concentrated base, NaOH. Concentrated NaOH, take 5 ml around. So slowly heat this one. Simply warm it. Heat this one. So upon when zinc, it is made to react with the concentrated NaOH. It contains some water also. So upon warming it, so now this one is this is the reaction mixture. So what happened? The zinc reacts with this sodium hydroxide to form sodium zincate, Na2ZnO2, and liberates hydrogen gas. That means the zinc is, it reacts with acid as well as with base also. So when a substance reacts with both acid as well as base, then that substance is said to be having amphoteric nature. Here the zinc is having amphoteric nature. The zinc is amphoteric metal. Okay, so here the reaction takes place somewhat with somewhat speed. Okay, so upon heating this mixture, so in both the cases hydrogen gas is liberated. So from this experiment it is understood that the zinc will show amphoteric nature as it reacts with both acid as well as base. Now repeat the same experiment by changing the metal to aluminum. Now instead of zinc, take aluminum metal. Take aluminum powder. Okay, instead of zinc, take a aluminum powder. 1 gram of aluminum powder take now. So 1 gram of aluminum powder. When this aluminum is made to react with the dilute sulfuric acid, freshly. So now do this experiment again freshly by taking fresh test tube, 1 gram of aluminum powder, small L, 1 gram of aluminum powder, 5 milliliter of dilute sulfuric acid. Again the reaction takes place between these two. So here again hydrogen gas is liberated. Here also hydrogen gas is liberated. In this case also, in the previous case also, hydrogen gas is liberated. And hydrogen gas will put off the burning splint. So burning splint is put off and produces a pale blue fumes. Pale blue fumes are produced. Okay, so now what happens here? Take aluminum powder, dilute sulfuric acid is mixed with this one. Now reaction takes place rapidly, but here the reaction is not that much rapid like when zinc is used. Okay, so here the reaction is somewhat less speed when compared to zinc. Aluminum shows less reactivity. Okay, right. Here also of course the reaction is fast only, and the liberation of hydrogen takes place. So in this fashion aluminum will react with sulfuric acid to form aluminum sulfate, Al2, Al2 SO4 taken thrice, aluminum sulfate, and hydrogen gas is liberated. The reaction takes place like this. Now So this is the reaction which explains about the uh, reaction of aluminum with acids. Now this equation tells about the reaction of aluminum with the base. NaAlO2. NaAlO2. Okay. So here it forms aluminum sulfate. Here it forms aluminum sodium aluminate. This is salt. This is also another salt. Okay. With acid it reacts to form aluminum sulfate with dilute sulfuric acid, and with sodium hydroxide base, this aluminum will form sodium aluminate. Even this is also a salt. These two are salts, and in these two reactions hydrogen gas is liberated. Okay, NaAlO2. So how much water? See, hydrogen gas is liberated along with this. So like this the reaction will go. So this reaction is related to this experiment. So here take 1 gram of aluminum powder and into the aluminum powder, and into this concentrated sodium hydroxide solution is added. So reaction takes place between these two, and liberation of hydrogen gas takes place, and salt is formed. So that hydrogen gas, it explodes the burning splinter, or else it puts off the burning splinter, and the related reaction is like this. So from this it is understood even the aluminum metal also will show amphoteric nature. So this is the way how amphoteric nature of aluminum, zinc and aluminum are shown. Now we will show the amphoteric nature of their oxides. Their oxides means here we will take their oxides. Now what oxide we will take here? First we will see zinc oxide. Okay. Okay, zinc oxide. Now take 1 gram of zinc oxide. So now take what? 1 gram of zinc oxide powder. 1 gram of zinc oxide powder. Add 5 milliliter of dilute sulfuric acid. So reaction takes place between these two. Here in this case, instead of hydrogen gas, the reaction takes place between zinc oxide and sulfuric acid and forms zinc sulfate, and water is formed. So here, so this oxide can react with acid to form salt and water. So this is neutralization reaction. Okay, so in this case water is formed. So here no gas is liberated. So here zinc sulfate is formed. That means, so see, the reaction can be easily observed by looking, because here rapidly the reaction takes place, so we can easily see the reaction. We can easily observe the reaction. So now with the concentrated sodium hydroxide, the zinc oxide, zinc metal oxide can react with even base also to form sodium zincate, Na2ZnO2, a salt, and water is formed in this process. Okay, and water is formed in this process. So that means, so here these two reactions will tell that the zinc oxide can react with acid as well as base. Hence, the zinc oxide is said to be amphoteric in nature. Okay, now repeat the same experiment with aluminum oxide, oxide of aluminum, Al2O3, oxide of aluminum. Now, instead of zinc oxide, take aluminum oxide powder and make it to react with dilute sulfuric acid. What happens? So now it forms aluminum sulfate is formed, Al2SO4 taken thrice, and water is formed along with this. That means this aluminum oxide, it reacts with acid. It can react with acid to form salt and water. The same aluminum oxide, it can react with base also. The same aluminum oxide, it can react with base also to form sodium aluminate, NaAlO2. Okay, salt and water. Okay. Okay. To form, here to form this one, salt and water. Here salt and water is formed. That means, so these two experiments again. So now we have taken what? We have taken Al2O3 powder. The same experiment is repeated again. So these two experiments will show that that aluminum oxide will react with acid as well as base. Hence the oxide of aluminum as well as zinc. Their oxides means, here their oxides means zinc and aluminum. Their oxides also will show amphoteric nature. So these two experiments will show the amphoteric nature of both aluminum and zinc oxides. Now repeat the same experiments with their hydroxides, aluminum hydroxide and zinc hydroxide. First we will see with the zinc hydroxide. Zinc hydroxide is a base. When zinc hydroxide reacts with sulfuric acid, dilute sulfuric acid, what happens? It forms in this case also it forms zinc sulfate and water is produced. Okay, the same reaction, the same way the zinc will react with dilute sulfuric acid. How zinc oxide reacts? In the same way zinc hydroxide also will react, okay, to form zinc sulfate and water, right? So by this experiment. So now what we have taken? We have taken what? Zinc hydroxide and made to react with the dilute sulfuric acid. This reaction takes place. So this reaction tells that zinc hydroxide reacts with acid. Now take the same zinc hydroxide. The same zinc hydroxide is made to react with concentrated sodium hydroxide. Now the reaction takes place between these two also to form salt and water. Now the salt formed in this case is sodium zincate, Na2ZnO2, and water is formed. See, we are changing these two only. Initially we have used zinc and aluminum metals, and after that we have studied the reaction of oxides of zinc and aluminum, how do they react with acid as well as base, and now we are learning about their hydroxides. Zinc hydroxide can react with acid to form salt and water, and even it can react with base also to form salt and water. As zinc hydroxide can react with acid as well as base, it is said to be amphoteric in nature. Right. Now repeat the same experiment by taking aluminium hydroxide. The same experiment is repeated by taking aluminium hydroxide. Okay, by taking aluminium hydroxide. So what happens when aluminium hydroxide, it is made to react with the dilute sulfuric acid. So reaction takes place between these two, okay, to form aluminium sulfate. So 3 sulfuric, okay, 3, right, and water is formed along with this salt. Aluminum sulfate is a salt, okay, and water is formed. So altogether 6 water molecules are formed. So this, this is the reaction. This is the equation related to this reaction. Now repeat the same experiment by using concentrated sodium hydroxide and aluminium hydroxide powder. So now aluminium hydroxide, it can react with even a sodium hydroxide base, okay, to form sodium aluminate NaAlO2, okay, and water H2. So now this is a salt. So that means this aluminum hydroxide, it can react with acid as well as base. Okay, acid as well as base it can react with. Hence aluminum hydroxide is said to be amphoteric in nature. So in this way, the amphoteric nature of zinc aluminum metals, zinc aluminum oxides and zinc aluminum hydroxides can be experimentally proved. So so with this topic, acids, bases and salts lesson is finished. So in the next video we will learn about mole concept, that is calculation related part, mole concept. Okay, bye.